Nakakalungkot po na tila baga nagbubulag-bulagan lang yung mayoriya ng Supreme Court sa tunay na ginagawa sa akin na panggigipit lang talaga ito ng mga huwad na mga kaso. So, wag po sila, kasi kung yung mga international organizations, kitang-kita po nila na this is really political persecution. Bakit po sila hindi nila makita? Wag po dapat sila kumukubli sa mga teknikalidad. Ang diwa po ng batas ay hustisya o katarungan. Makatarungan ba na nanatili akong nakakulong na wala naman akong kasalanan? Makatarungan ba na pinapaharap ako sa mga huwad na kaso? Para ano? Para lalo akong pahirapan? Para lalo akong pahiyain sa mga kasinungalingan ng mga testigo ko, no? Para ako pagastusin, wala naman akong panggastos. At pinaka-importante, hindi ako hindi ko na tutupad ng maayos yung aking tungkulin bilang senador.
Alright, first, the Supreme Court issued a decision. Ganito po kasi yun, si Senator De Lima has been charged with conspiracy in relation to the narcotics trade. Under the Dangerous Drugs Act, be prepared that the internet seems to be a little shaky again today. So what happened was the Supreme Court issued a resolution relating to the case of Senator Laila De Lima, but we're also going to be joined today by Attorney Ahmed Paglinawan, who unfortunately has just woken up. So if he joins us and he's a little scary looking, if he's more than a little scary looking, then I think you should understand. All right, the connection has become stable now. All right, so Senator De Lima was charged with conspiracy in the narcotics trade, in the buying and selling and trading of illegal drugs, in particular the shabu trade. What happened was that a finding of probable cause had been made. The case was filed with the Department of Justice. During the time of the preliminary investigation, she contested the finding, saying that it should have been filed at the Office of the Ombudsman, which usually accepts all cases, which has jurisdiction over all cases involving government officials of a certain salary grade and up. But at the Ombudsman, all preliminary investigation is conducted there, including investigations in administrative cases. And that means also elective and appointive officials. What happened was that the case was filed before the DOJ because under the Dangerous Drugs Act, the case is the sole jurisdiction of the regional trial court. It does not go to the Sandigan Bayan. Therefore, the Office of the Ombudsman would not be the appropriate body to conduct the preliminary investigation. What happens during preliminary investigation? During preliminary investigation, the prosecutor, whether it is the ombudsman or the prosecutor, the city prosecutor, assistant city prosecutor, will determine if a crime has probably been committed and if the person who is being accused, or in this case the respondent, probably committed it. Now, how do you determine what is probable? Usually, the standard here is whether or not a reasonable man will believe that there is a probable crime and that this person probably did it. So, the probable cause, probable cause means that this person must go on to trial. During trial, in a criminal case such as this one, no, that is not my son, that is Attorney Ahmed na bagong gising. No, because my kid has shorter hair. So probable cause means, a finding of probable cause means that the case will go to trial. When the case goes to trial, that is a different level of proof. Ayan, nag-share na sila. Ayan. When the case goes to court, the quantum of evidence that is required will be guilt beyond reasonable doubt. So, in a probable cause finding, if you against the decision, then you can either go up to the DOJ secretary, or you can go up to a higher court and say that the DOJ has conducted the preliminary investigation with grave abuse, attended with grave abuse of discretion. Now, when you say there's grave abuse of discretion, it means that you are no longer qualified to make that decision because it is beyond your jurisdiction. The decision you made also could be so attended with irregularity that it amounts to not being a decision at all that you can make. So, this is what Senator De Lima did. She went to the Supreme Court and she asked the Supreme Court to say that the DOJ did not have jurisdiction. It acted with grave abuse of discretion because the preliminary investigation should have been conducted by the Office of the Ombudsman. So, the other day, or was it yesterday, the Supreme Court issued a decision saying the appropriate body to conduct a preliminary investigation in cases of drug-related activities, even if it involves government officials, is the DOJ. It's the prosecutor. Remember, Senator De Lima is being prosecuted in, if I'm not mistaken, Mandaluyong, and all 3 cases are filed there. So what does this mean? It means that Senator De Lima will now go to trial. She will now be arraigned. Now, a few weeks ago, we were wondering why Senator De Lima's case has not proceeded. And it wasn't because the Supreme Court was deciding this. Because normally, Senator De Lima can go up to the Supreme Court and ask for the case not to proceed by getting a TRO. In this case, Senator De Lima had no TRO, but the case also did not proceed anyway. Now, we are getting reports that there are some judges who don't want to undertake the case, possibly because of the fact that it is such a high-profile case. But now, I don't think there is any reason to delay this. Mahina ba yung audio? Okay. Let me know, then ask your questions so that those parts that you did not hear, I can repeat later on. So, good morning to everybody. Oops. Good morning to everybody. And for those who haven't shared yet, could you please start sharing so we don't have to keep repeating this? So, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to compete with TP, but I announced this earlier. You can just watch the recording if you want because, you know, either way. And I won't take it against you. Kayo naman si TP yan eh. So, at any rate, the nakaka-distracting background. Well, eventually, yung background ko will also give his opinion on the issue here. Now, Senator De Lima also issued another dispatch daw from Camp Crame and said that she feels that she has not been tried fairly. She feels that the justices did not act fairly towards her, and she feels that she's a victim of this administration. And she feels that she's being railroaded. This is the problem with Senator De Lima's claim. You see, if you make a mistake in probable cause, in the determination of probable cause, when you go up to the regional trial court, the court can also determine again whether or not there is probable cause. Now, even if you lose that and you go to trial, then during trial, you can now contest the evidence that is being presented against you, or you can put up a defense, or you can even tell the court the prosecution does not have enough evidence, not even for probable cause, therefore I am innocent and I don't even need to present my own evidence. The reason for this is because the burden of proof lies with the prosecution. If the prosecution cannot prove its case, you don't even have to present your own defenses. The burden is always on the prosecution, the persons who have alleged that a crime has been committed, to prove the existence of the crime and to prove the participation of the accused. So, may background noise po, pero, so, yeah, please let me know how the audio is going. So, parang medyo mahina. Yung background noise po, pero si Attorney Ahmed, okay lang yan kasi yung hair.
Bluetooth can't.
That's not his normal hair. Okay.
Gising lang.
So, yeah, kakagising lang niya. Okay. So, if there are any questions, remember also that in the war on social media, between the two sides, the sides that support the Duterte administration, where we all are, or most of us are, and then the side that supports the opposition, will claim that Senator De Lima is being, well, there will be different claims, no, on both sides. So the side of Senator De Lima will claim that she's being oppressed, etc. In fact, we already saw a statement. Okay, we already saw a statement claiming that Senator De Lima is #everywoman, and that she is being unduly oppressed, that she is being she's being called how do you call this? You do it. Okay, we're just changing microphones. Please let me know how this one goes. Okay. So what is happening is that the drum beaters on the side of Senator De Lima are saying that this is plain oppression, that there is no evidence, that this is also railroading on the part of the prosecution. But the problem with these claims right now is that there are still remedies for that. So if they feel that they have been wronged, if they feel that there really is no probable cause, then they can still allege that before the judge later on. So yes, we'll discuss Andy Bautista later on. We already got a copy of his alleged resignation letter. It's been posted by DWIZ. So, ayun, tapos na yung KTP. So, you can now start sharing this video again, or this Facebook Live. So, besides, TP and I are not talking about the same things. So, I would never compete with him. So, okay. So, for Senator De Lima to claim that she's being oppressed would require her to prove that she has no other recourse. Ibig sabihin, kung mamarapati niya, kung gusto ni Senator De Lima na ipakita na pinahihirapan siya, na hindi fair itong paglilitis sa kanya, maaari siyang pumunta sa ibang venue para ilahad yung kanyang depensa dito, para ilahad yung mga alegasyon na ito at patunayan niya. Ang pagpapatunay nito ay maaari siyang tumuloy dun sa regional trial court pagkatapos niyang bago pa siya maarin at sabihin niya dito sa regional trial court, wala naman pong ebidensya ng probable cause, kung maaari i-dismiss niyo na po ito. So, yun ang so medyo premature po para sabihin ni Senator De Lima na ino-oppress siya. Nakapunta naman siya sa Korte Suprema na ilahad niya yung kaso niya. Ngayon pa man, sinasabi pa rin niya na inaapi siya. Medyo iba na rin yun. In the meantime, nagbigay na po ng resignation letter si COMELEC Chairman Andres Bautista. Pero, ang nangyayari po is, sa year-end pa daw po siya aalis ng COMELEC. Ang resignation niya, ang nakalagay, pinost ko po dito sa page. So, kung titignan ninyo, mas madali nga po kasi kung nakafollow kayo dito sa page, kasi sometimes we will talk about things that I posted on the wall. So, those who haven't followed this page, paki-follow na po. Hindi pa nag-share, paki-share na po. Tapos, you can also subscribe to the live here on this page. It will be, there should be a toggle on your page later on. Yeah, thank you. So, ang sabi ni COMELEC Chairman Andres Bautista, it is with deep sadness that I am informing you about my decision to resign as chair of the Commission on Elections by the end of the year. Hindi niya sinasabi kung bakit sa year end pa po siya magre-resign. Pero ang sinasabi niya is that tamang-tama naman kasi dahil na-postpone yung barangay elections. Therefore, hindi siya umaalis in midstream.